At 0642, the Caribbean Sea north of Portal La Cruz reminded all who truly controlled it.
The Venezuelan patrol vessel Gishi, built for coastal defense, ran her routine dawn patrol at a steady 14 knots.
Radar was humming, and sonar whispered through the calm morning. The bridge smelled of diesel and stale coffee. The predictable rhythm was instantly shattered when sonar logged a sudden, then violent.
Displacement spike bearing 086. A rapid ascent meant something huge was coming up fast from below, right now.
Steel punched through salt water, throwing a massive 30-foot geyser into the air, and there was no radio hail.
Gishi sensors immediately went wild as depth profiles flashed red. Every sailor knew the silhouette instantly.
A vertical sail, tapered hull, and matte black finish absorbed the morning light like a shadow given mass.
Captain Rojos did not need to shout. Only the command, track and log, was necessary. General quarters followed instantly.
Doors sealed, crew at posts, the ship's twin diesels spun up from a steady hum to a strained, urgent roar. The Gishi turned starboard, maintaining the intercept angle while keeping a cautious 1.9 nautical mile buffer zone.
The American submarine looked almost artistic as water cascaded down its sail, the hull gleaming under the sunlight.
Nothing about its motion was random. Each bubble trail followed exact geometry, indicating a controlled, deliberate surfacing.
Inside the Venezuelan Combat Center, the data poured in steadily. Bearing 086, closest point of approach, closing.
Sonar strength was off the chart, and the technician adjusted the gain just to prevent the display from becoming blinding. For 3 agonizing minutes, even the ocean seemed to hold its breath, with no radio call coming from the submarine.
EMCON, or emissions control, meant the Americans were playing by their own script, a silent presence operation now unfolding.
This display reminds the coastline that capability is one thing, and navigation laws are certainly another entirely.
The crew worked in disciplined quiet, training cameras and logging every data line directly to an external drive for evidence.
They knew the rule in gray zone waters. You don't fire the weapon, you meticulously record and log everything.
Information is always the first weapon, and the ship held steady, close enough to the coast but neutral.
By 0647, the sub remained motionless, perfectly aligned, daring the Venezuelan crew to move first in this standoff.
The captain slowly exhaled. Keep recording. No transmissions. The command was delivered almost ceremonially to the crew.
When a U.S. submarine chooses to show itself, it is never discovery. It is always a calculated demonstration of power.
The American submarine, half submerged and completely silent, remained dead in the water and
Inside the Gishi's combat center, the air felt dense. Every man was waiting for any break in the established pattern.
Contact. Steady depth 0. No propeller noise.
The American sub was turning barely perceptibly, a degree or two at a time, aligning its sail deliberately now.
When a warship points its bow at you, that is not sightseeing. It is declaring a clear, unmistakable intent.
Up on deck, a few sailors were glued to their binoculars, unused to seeing a U.S. submarine this close.
Down in the sonar room, gain controls flickered, and then it happened. A single, clean, focused ping rang out. The sonar technician confirmed. Sir, they've pinged us.
Rojas simply replied, copy, maintain course.
This active sonar was not an attack, but a clear statement. We see you, confirming dominance and taking measurements.
The Venezuelan captain ordered a lateral adjustment, bringing the Gishi to a parallel bearing, a textbook signal of defiance.
On deck, the 50 caliber gun crews took their stations, barrels elevated but cold. Visibility is the new diplomacy.
The sub's sonar pulse echoed one last time, weaker now, fading into the sea static, confirming they were waiting.
The captain finally spoke. They're testing us, seeing how close we'll hold, locked in maritime chess separated by 1 mile.
At 06:55, the deck camera zoomed in tight on the sub's hull, and every single movement was deliberate and procedural.
The submarine had not moved in 15 minutes, sitting half submerged, facing the vessel like a drawn, still blade.
At 06:58, a subtle ripple broke the calm. A slight roll to port, just 10 degrees, enough to shift the tone.
Contact bearing changing from 086 to 083. They're aligning on us now.
Captain Rojos didn't hesitate. Parallel course port 5 degrees. Maintain 2-mile offset. This was pure presence.
For 90 seconds, neither vessel transmitted a word. Only the Jishi's engine filled the bridge with its hum. Without warning, the sub's sail vented a slow plume of exhaust, a clear and unmistakable prelude to descent now beginning. Within seconds, the first shift registered. The massive hull began its slow, inevitable slide beneath the surface quickly. The water folded over itself, then collapsed into foam and glassy calm. Physics had quietly reclaimed the steel.
By 0700 hours, the radar and sonar both returned to flatline blue. The ocean had swallowed its intruder.
The captain broke the long silence. Mark final coordinates. Save all logs. Her voice was calm, professional, and weighted.
Technicians immediately exported data to encrypted drives. Every frequency and every second of signature would be analyzed in Caracas. Meanwhile, 200 feet below, the American submarine continued its quiet retreat, hydrophones confirming no pursuit followed.
Mission log entry. Presence operation successful. No incident. Data secure uplink to Southern Command is now complete.
For Venezuelans, this was a reminder. Their patrol routes were being meticulously mapped in real time for surveillance and understanding.
By 0703, adrenaline faded and engines throttled down. The patrol resumed as if absolutely nothing had occurred.
The final log entry read, "Incident concluded. Submerged. Morale steady. Sea state calm." That was the official end.
At sea, the most powerful message is the one that does not need to be spoken, only decisively demonstrated.